September 18th, Al's birthday. While he runs the half marathon, I tour the downtown area. We're the NYC Travelers, and we're in Yonkers, New York. So, the Yonkers that was depicted in the movie Hello, Dolly was actually filmed in Garrison, New York. But the movie had one thing correct. The city does sit on the Hudson River, and there is also a studio housed there now. Closer to the Bronx than a lot of New York City, this major city is a nice visit, especially to the downtown area. And it's easy to get to as well. You just can take the Metro North from Manhattan, Grand Central Station. Yonkers is the third most populous city in New York State, but it has a small town feel. Here's our short tour. The half marathon started at Van der Donk Park, a name that echoes the Dutch background of the city and state. Henry Hudson sailed up this river exploring. In fact, he was last seen here on this river in 1611, the victim of a mutiny aboard the ship the Discovery. He was probably further south near Manhattan. In 1645, the land was granted to Adrian van der Donk, known as Yonkheer, meaning the young gentleman. Yonkheer eventually became Yonkers, hence the name of the city. So, let's get Al started on his race so we can continue our tour. And there he goes, off and running to run the half marathon. Actually, Yonkers makes it very easy to create your own tour. It's all laid out for you. Take photos of the guides at Van der Donk Park. Some of the sites are in walking distance of this main area, and some will require motor or bicycle transportation. Beware though, even though locals do not consider this upstate New York, on this part of the mainland, you will encounter some hills that will make you think it is upstate. As Al was hustling up those hills, I was walking around downtown Yonkers. For you architect fans, the U.S. Post Office building here was designed by the same architect who designed Grand Central Station in Manhattan. Then there was a touching and unusual tribute to mothers who had lost children in war. Van der Donk Park, which had a lot of information, including the fact that the Sawmill River once flowed here, straight to the Hudson River. Somehow, it got buried under concrete and then was partially uncovered again so that the water would be there. Remember the guy who designed Grand Central Station and Yonkers Post Office? He designed the railroad station as well. Interesting fact about the original owners of Phillips Manor Hall. They were loyalists during the Revolutionary War. They had to flee to England. If you ever saw elevators, old ones, that were named Otis, there was an Elijah Otis who founded the Otis Elevator Company. Yonkers has its share of famous people that were born and or raised here. We'll get to the waterfront a little later, but there's plenty there to see. I'm jumping ahead, but once the race was over, we decided to explore some of the areas that you could drive to. And after seeing many of these sites, we decided we definitely will have to come back one day and explore Yonkers in full. Downtown, don't forget the other historical buildings that are in the area. And then finally, one of the crown jewels for me was the waterfront area with expansive views of the Hudson River, views of New Jersey, and just a lot of activity going on. As you stroll along the waterfront, nodding to the residents, take note of the many artwork that is there for you to enjoy. Here was what I saw. Here's our tour. And who knows, you might learn a little something also. Don't forget the artwork off the riverfront as well. So Yonkers is more than just Yonkers Raceway, the racetrack and casino. It has a lot to offer. It's a lot to do. And if you're based in New York City, it's easy to get to. You won't even need a car. Just take Metro North to Yonkers. Well, I gotta go catch up with Al. And here he comes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're the NYC Travelers, and we've been in Yonkers, New York.